Hi there, I am going to do a quick video, well hopefully quick video, of a pedicure done with some strips from a regular standard Color Street set. So this is what I'm starting with. I have a few more over here. So I'm warming my toes up actually because I prepped my nails and now they're cold because I've been walking around with bare feet. So I'm trying to warm them up with some flax bags and rice bags before I do my mani, because they don't stick as well if you have cold surfaces. So if you have cold fingers or cold toes. I trimmed my nails. I pushed the cuticles back on my toenails as well. And I did put, I cleaned them with the prep pad, and I did put some nail envy on my toes because when I've noticed when I wear a strip for too long, when I wear polish too long on my toenails, then they do get kind of start to split and they don't work quite as well. So, or they're not work quite as well, but they just get a little bit more dry. So, all right, I have not very attractive feet because I have big scars on each of my toes from having surgery. I had bone spurs removed a few years ago. So I apologize for my not very cute feet, but this will give you an idea of how to apply a regular set. I mean, I guess this is the same, it's the same as you would do in a pedicure set. So the pedicures ones are shaped especially for toes. They are one-sided, not two-sided. I am just pulling out, I forgot I need the big strips. Oh, I don't have two big strips. We'll have to make it work. Let's see if it's long enough. If my toes are short enough to go that way. Okay, I'll go that way on that one. All right, I have two strips that are one's the biggest strip and one's the one next to it. I am using some leftovers. So I will be applying Kissing Booth on these because why not? It's a nice, bright, fun color for summer, spring. Now that we're finally getting sandal weather, I wanted to do my toes again. I do keep polish on my toes normally because at my gym, I kickbox, and I kickbox bare feet. So this is a little awkward to record, and actually it's a little awkward to even apply on your toes because you have to be able to bend and reach your toes. So I apologize if things aren't always in frame or if I'm blocking the camera with my arms because however, I have to bend to reach my toes. But I don't do a lot of pedicure demos because it is kind of awkward. So I do use the wider part of the strip on my big toe. So that's the other thing with the pedicure set is I feel like they're a little bit wider. But they are one-sided, which I guess doesn't really matter because really with your toes, I trim down strips. I'll show you how I do it. I'm trying to, I guess I don't need to be so picky. I mean, it's the same concept as far as trying to line it up. I probably went over my cuticles and not, and just getting it as smooth as possible. I will take my rubber cuticle pusher. I'm gonna push the strip a little bit down to see if I can get it adhered to the all right, let's see if I can trim this with my thumbnail. Again, you have to be somewhat flexible to do this. I hope this is in focus enough. Oh, I probably could have gotten a bunch of toes done with that other half. I didn't think about that. Did I stick it to the right side? I did. All right, maybe I'll try to save this and use that for a couple toes because basically my toes are definitely not perfect application when I apply these, but they're on your feet. It's hard to I mean, if you have color on them, I feel like they look good enough. Nobody's looking at them that carefully. Again, it doesn't have to be the cleanest. Although I did get over my cuticle, I like to kind of clean that up. I would recommend, I probably should have stretched first. I feel that it's a little awkward sometimes to bend over and reach your toes. So if you have somebody to do this for you, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I know lots of people still get their toenails done at a salon, but I've never been a salon gal. So I'm gonna do my other toe, my other big toe, I guess. I guess switch positions. Sorry, you're gonna hear me moaning. I'm definitely not getting more flexible as I get older. That's for sure. I do stretch at the gym. I need to stretch more, but so this one, because I don't know if it's wide enough. It's not quite wide enough. So I'm going to take it and go across my toe this way. I put on the, hold on, it's getting all stretched. I put on the Nail Envy, and then it makes it really, you can't really reposition it once you put a base coat on. It's definitely not as repositionable. So if your toenails are bigger, I mean, I have pretty small feet, I think. I don't know. That you might not be able to do this with the second strip. That biggest strip, you might be able to do sideways if your toenails are short enough, and if it's not wide enough in the normal, position. So here, all right, let's just get the rough edge off. So the tricky part about the toes is just getting kind of the shape to work good enough. Like I said, I am not as picky about my toes as I am my manis, because it's on your toes. But I do say the Color Street on your toes lasts basically as long as you want them to. I do notice if I keep mine on too long, then my nails tend to get dry. But I think that's true with any polish, not just Color Street. Like wearing them too long can be damaging to your nails more so than any other aspect of the actual product. But like I said, they don't wear it. I mean, they last forever, so it's hard to time it so that or take it off. I don't like taking them off as often as I take off my fingernails, my manis, because it doesn't need to come off that often. They just don't, it just lasts a lot longer because you're not using your toenails for much, At least I hope you're not. I don't know what you would be using them for. All right, so those are the biggest toes. I spend probably the most time with those because they're the biggest. So the next ones, what I'll do is I'm going to take this little strip, and I'm actually going to cut it. I'll probably cut this in half because it's so big. And I don't know about you, but I have like pretty small toenails. I don't know if everybody has small toenails, because I guess they do. I mean, mine are like, did I get that? So I like literally use scraps and then just, sometimes I'll cut, so I'll show you how I'll do that. on some of them. This one had edges that looked pretty good, actually. So then I'll take my cuticle stick or your fingernail. I might take my fingernail for this one on the side here. Just clean that off. So again, the toenails, I feel like you don't need to be quite as picky about. And all these little corner things will probably wear off because they're not really stuck to anything. Again, like I said, I'm not quite as picky, but I do want them adhered good. I know this is like awkward because you have to like bend and move those toes around. That one time I forgot to do one of my little pinky toes. Do you call them your pinky toes? Your little toe? I don't know what you call the bottom toe. Okay, I have to do one foot at a time so I can position myself different. So, again, I apologize if I'm blocking the camera at all or if it's not in focus. I'm hoping this is in focus. It looks pretty good to me, so hopefully. All right. Couldn't do the fancy split screen because I'm actually on the couch. So I am on our sofa that has the chaise, like the chaise part to it. So that's where I do that's where I find it easiest to do my manis or my petties, because I can sit and put my feet up and then it's like soft. So I don't know. So I'm like down lower, I guess. My butt's down lower, if that makes sense. I have my fingernails are short because I cut those before I did my last. And I'm not doing the same color that's on my fingers and my toes. They're slightly different. So if you can see, I have Are You Madridding Me on my fingers with a little wannabe accents on a couple of them and some nail sticker decal things. But I am putting Kissing Booth, that's what it's called. Kissing Booth on my toes for a bright color. All right, let's see if I can clean up this little edge here. Or at least push it down. All right. I have to collect all my little pieces because they get underneath another strip and then there's a bump and I hate that. And I'm sitting on my rubber cuticle pusher, so just a second. I had to dig that out. It is just a lot more awkward to record and stuff with the toes, but that's okay. We'll do it. I wanted to show how it works. The one thing nice is that it doesn't take a lot of strips. So I've used two of the one biggest and the one slightly smaller than that, for 4 nails so far. I'm going to use the second smallest and the smallest on these next ones, I think. So the one thing I do with this one, so this one has a pretty round end. I just like kind of flatten that a little bit because my toenails. So I just take that rounded bit off, so I make it a little flatter. I don't know. Let me clean off these old scissors here, and then that just helps me line it up here. It's just a little flatter to line up with the nail shape a little bit better. And I'm just not trimming so much off. So the reason I'm not matching is because I am doing leftover strips, and that's what I had left. So I wanted a bright color, and in reality, I don't usually, sometimes I'll like try to coordinate my pedicure and my manicure, at least, but I don't always, because I change, like I said before, I change my mani more often than I change my pedi. So I will keep this on even when I take off the pink on my fingers. So that is another reason I don't care as much if my toes match. And again, I have to cut that little corner. I'll let these cure and I'll go back through. Switch toes or switch feet. Again, I take this little strip and I'm gonna try to, all right, I'm gonna try to round off these little edges a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to keep using that same strip and just do my next toe. So I kind of straightened it out a little bit because it was the part that I had taken off at the end. Close enough. Yeah, it just has to cover my toes. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be the best application. Right. Yeah, I'm trying to readjust here to make sure everybody can see the all right. I don't know if you guys can hear, my dog is snoring next to me. I had to wait until nap time, so puppy Oliver is in his crate napping, and the big boy Hero is next to me on the couch, or that's his normal spot. But he is quietly snoring right now, so that's nice. All right, so I have this much of that second or third strip, I guess. It was the second smallest strip. So I cut off the little pointy ends just to make it a little more curved. And I don't know where that one fell. Where did it go? That's the one. Oh, I see it. It's on my toes. All right. So I'm trying to find the little scraps so they don't get stuck on the back of my strip. And then I will do this strip on this one. So the pedicures, like I said, they're a little more futzy because you do have to kind of size them like this. You don't have to be as picky as I am. But what was I gonna say? I like that they last so long, so I don't have to do this nearly as often. But like I said, a lot of people still will go to the salon and do, you know, get a pedicure. I've never been a salon nail person. I've done it once, twice maybe, or maybe three. No, I think I did it with a friend once. We went and had manicures. I've had one pedicure in my life, and I was in Cancun at the time, and I was like 20 or 18 or, but other than that, I really didn't like people touching my feet. So it doesn't look like that's stuck on there very well. So if you do take the time to do a pedicure like this, I know, like I said, it's a little futzy. It's worth it as far as it lasts, you know, so long. And it's like, this is way cheaper than going to a salon. I'm using leftover sets, and I'm only using 4 strips total for my toenails. I gotta see if this is big enough for this last nail. It is. Not last nail, I have my pinkies. My pinky toes. Oh, it's crooked. Let's see if I can peel it up. I shouldn't have pushed it down so much. That's okay. I'm missing the corner of my toenail, but you're never gonna notice that when I have shoes on. And like I said, people never get that close to your toenails to see that you didn't cover your whole nail. So you don't have to quite be as picky about that one. Looks like I have a toenail. I missed the little corner of it, but lining it up wasn't perfect. Like I said, when it's just on your toes. So I'm gonna use, for my little tiny baby pinky toes, I will use the teeny tiny strip, and that'll be our 4th strip. So I used a big strip on each toe, and I used the leftovers of the big strips on my next toes, and then I used a regular size, oh no, the second smallest on 4 toes, and now I will use the littlest on my last 2 toes. So the littlest strip, and I'm gonna see, I don't know, this is the hardest one, is to try to get, I'm just gonna put it on sideways here and cover, oh wait, it's a little, all right, I'm just gonna rough cut that. So I put that one on sideways just to cover my toenail, and then I'll clean it up. Again, I probably didn't get the full edge on that other side, but that's okay. I can't see that side of my toenail. I don't think my leg bends that way. And again, when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter because you can't tell when you're standing up. So again, it doesn't have to be the cleanest. I got some. Good enough. All right, see, good enough. It has colors. Nobody's gonna know any different. And this is the little pinky toe I forgot last time, so let's make sure I get that. I'm assuming everybody calls it the pinky toe, so I have no idea. What do you call your big toe? It's always big toe. One of my kids used to call it the thumb toe, but I don't remember which one. We thought that was funny, but oh, sorry, hold on. I gotta readjust myself to get this last one. I am almost done. Whew. All right. It's like a workout here. All right. Think I got it good enough. Let's use my thumb, cut that. There we go. So 4 strips it took. I used the 2 smallest and the 2 biggest in one of the sets, one of the packs of 8, you know, one of the little strips you get. And then the rest of my leftovers. There, let's see. All right. Okay, not the prettiest toes with my big scars, but they are done. This is Kissing Booth. I hope that gives you kind of an idea how it works. Like I said, it works best for me to sit on the couch so I can have my feet up and then my butt sinks down into the cushion more. So it helps put my feet closer to me. And then I usually like bend one leg and do one at a time. So, well, all right, there you go. Like I said, cover up my scar. Not my cutest features here, but it doesn't hurt to walk, so that's nice. All right, thanks for joining me. Have a good day.